Hello everyone, I'm Cindy Ann and this is my dog Loki. Thanks for joining us today to make a grain bowl. This is my favorite lunch ever. I've always loved eating salads, but when I learned about these grain bowls, it stepped it up a notch for me and now I am just hooked. So I want to show you one of the ways that you can make these, and as I show you how to make it, I'll tell you about different varieties and what you can do differently. But you might also notice in the frame of the picture, I have a new critter with me. The little chicken that I got at a antique store this weekend. So he's joined my little plethora of animals over here. I originally bought him from my sister who owns chickens, but she's out of luck because now he has a permanent home with us. So let's head to the kitchen and see how this grain bowl is made. Okay, for a grain bowl, obviously we're gonna need a grain. So today what I did was cook my cracked wheat first. So that's what I would recommend for your grain bowl, is to cook your grain of choice before starting your salad. And the different kind of grains that could be used in these are farro, quinoa, bulgur for cracked wheat, barley, anything like that. And also with the grain bowls, I always like to put a type of protein opposite that, like edamame, black beans, chickpeas, lentils. So those are the two different ingredients that I usually use in my grain bowls, and then the rest is just whatever I have on hand or I'm in the mood to put in my salad. The other thing that stays consistent with my salads personally is, in this household, our salads are always a foundation of kale. Both my husband and I love kale in our salads, and it's so good for you. So with kale, I always just pull the kale right off of the stem, so I'm not eating the hard part. That, when you're cooking, is one thing, but when you're eating it in a salad, it's not very desirable. And it just kind of peels right off of that, so you have your stalk left over. Now the other lettuce that I'm using is mustard. I love mustard greens. Mustard greens in a salad just add a little bit of kick to the salad. Honey mustard salad dressing is one of my favorite salad dressings. So it goes without saying that I like the taste of mustard. If you're not a fan of these, of course you wouldn't have to use it, but you might want to give it a try sometime to find out if you would like it. Now, I don't use as much mustard greens as I use kale. I use more kale than the mustard greens. So maybe like 2 to 1. So I'm only using 3 leaves of the mustard greens. And as you see, I have 2 bowls out here today. Whenever I make grain bowls, I always make a backup for lunch tomorrow, just because as much as I love salads, my biggest annoying part of salads is they do take time to make. But they're so good for you and they're so satisfying once you eat them. They're just plenty of nutrients, and so I'm always making 1 or 2 backup salads whenever I do make a salad. So I also personally love cilantro. So I've got some fresh cilantro here washed as well that I'll be cutting up and adding to that, and some other vegetables. So let's get started by chopping our lettuce. there you have it, a delicious grain bowl and one for tomorrow's lunch. So you may have noticed I use crispy onions on my salads instead of croutons. I just love them. They're just such a nice crunch versus having a big crouton that usually cuts the roof of my mouth. So this has been my go-to for years. And then these jalapeno cashews that I've added, that has been my new favorite for about 6 months now. I found these things and they're so yummy on salads because they add a little bit of heat and they're just really good texture in a salad that I've been adding. And so I also have here my own homemade dressing. Are you bored? And my dressing that I've made, of course, since I love honey mustard, this is maple syrup and Dijon mustard, and it's 1 to 2 parts. So 1 part maple syrup to 2 parts Dijon mustard. But then I also go a little bit further and add rice vinegar because it just actually turns out to be less calories and it goes further on your salad. And I love the flavor of vinegar that's added to anything. So it's really like a honey mustard vinegar, or I should say maple syrup vinegar, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder in this amount that I made up. So I'm excited to be able to sit down and eat this grain bowl now. Brian's waiting for me. He's about ready to start a movie. And I am going to go watch that movie with him while I eat my grain bowl. So I hope that whatever your New Year's resolution is, that you can stick to it. And if it is to eat healthier, I hope I just gave you a new idea on how you can spruce up your salads in a manner that they're a full meal, lots of protein, and very yummy for you. As you notice, I didn't use cheese either. I just don't need cheese in a salad because there's so many other ingredients in here that taste so good. So, but Happy New Year to everybody, and I hope everybody's staying healthy, and I look forward to sharing some more salad ideas with you through the month of January. This is definitely another party for my taste buds, and I'm looking forward to going to eat it.